Hey guys, it's Shadow here, and today I'm doing my, I think, first face talking video. The other 3 videos I did were on little inspirational kind of videos. I'm really cringy, oh gosh. Anyway, so today what my video is going to be about is my Therian gear. Because, yeah, not a lot of people have gear, and they want to know what kind of gear people have, like, new Therians, whatever. So, yeah. So, the first thing that I have is actually my very first tail. It is a real coyote fur tail, and where I got it is, I actually got this tail before I even awakened, before I discovered that I was a wolf Therian. And we were at a fair, a fair, and I had seen these many times before, and there was a person who I believe actually was a Therian, and they had a raccoon tail, and they were wearing it. So I asked my mom if I could get one the next year, and she said sure. So she told me to go pick one. And of course, I wanted a big tail that I could wear. And I picked out this really nice real coyote fur tail. And it's actually really rough and really coarse. Until you get up to the top here, that's where it starts getting really soft. But the rest of it is really coarse. I've never worn this tail. In fact, this is a clip actually from my pencil case that I used. But I have never worn this tail before. And that's mainly because it's my first tail, and I really do not want to wreck it. So this is kind of just for, if I want to hang it up in the den somewhere or something like that. So yeah, it's my first tail. Now the second piece I have is actually another tail. This one is a much smaller tail, and I believe this is actually a real wolf tail. The reason why it's smaller is because they have cut the tail in half so that they could sell more of it, so making more profit off of one animal. And I used to wear this tail a lot, especially during the summer, and it's a very cute bobtail. And why I wore it is because it's a darker color. It was only my second tail. I know this sounds bad, but I don't really care about this one much. But then I realized that because how most tails are made is, in order to tan them and dry them and preserve them, you have to cut the skin in half and salt it. Or some people will just sew leather onto it, but either way, it's going to have that slit down the middle, so it's going to be folded in half, so it makes the curve of the tail again. And when I discovered this, I realized it was getting a lot more floppy around the top than it was before. It was a lot more stiff, and that's probably because I was starting to use it and break it in and stuff. But once I discovered the slit, I was scared that I was going to break it even more, so I kind of just stopped wearing this one, and I got my other tail, which I'm going to show you in a bit here. Okay, so this has got to be my most favorite tail right as of now. Just picked my nose, oops. Anyway, so this has got to be my most favorite tail, and this is Shadow's tail. This is what I use for Shadow. Again, just like the other two, it is a real tail. Most of the tails I do own are real. But this is actually some kind of foxtail. I do not know what fox it is, but it is a foxtail, and it has been dyed. And it is my biggest tail, and I love it so much, and it's so soft, and it's so fluffy. And when I do shift as Shadow, I do feel really connected to this tail. And I actually, when I have this tail on, and I do shift as Shadow, did I say Phantom before? When I do shift, I don't know. When I do shift as, anyway, just calm down. When I do shift as Shadow, I do feel like I can move this tail on its own without wagging it or wagging my hips or whatever. But when I do wear it, I feel a lot more Shadow. If somebody were to pull this tail or like yank it or pinch the fur, I would feel it right away. But yeah, this has got to be my most favorite tail, and this is my 3rd ever tail. My first ever online tail. The other 2 I actually got. One I got in Banff, and the other I got at that fair I was telling you about. But this is my very first online tail, so I was really worried about how it was going to turn out, and if it was going to break easily, or if it was, if it was going to be, like, okay. It's also got this key ring, because it's meant to be, like, a car key holder, or a purse thing, something that you put on your purse. But most Therians buy these for tails, so that they can wear their tails. I do wear this a lot, and now that it is actually summer outside, I wear it a lot more. And August 1st, I believe, is Therian Day, so that's when I'm probably going to wear this around town and go to, like, the pet store and buy a collar or something. But, yeah, so in the summer, that is my dog. Oh my gosh. So I do wear this tail a lot more in the summer because I feel a lot more connected to Shadow during the summertime. So I'll be right back with you with the next one. Alright, surprisingly, this is not my last tail. I still have one more, but that one is a fake one. This is my last real tail. This is Vince's tail. Vince is my red fox. When I first awakened as him, I believed that he was actually a Arctic fox named Ice. But I then realized that I started having more memories, and it wasn't the Arctic that I was in. It soon became summer, and I soon realized that, hey, I'm a red fox. I started having more memories of a red fox, feeling more of a red fox rather than an Arctic fox. And that's when it completely changed, and I realized I had completely messed up, and it was my fault. But yeah, this is Vince's tail. Again, he is my red fox. Now, I realized somebody on my Instagram account had gotten a taxidermy or a red fox mount, so like pretty much a skinned red fox. And I mean, I don't take offense to that stuff. A lot of Therians actually do, and that's why she said, hey, comments would be ignored or deleted. But I don't take offense to that stuff. People can own whatever they want. I mean, yes, it is one of my stereotypes and it is one of my kind, but I mean, I have a white-tailed deer stereotype, and right behind this camera, I have a 2-point or a 4-point rack of antlers from a very young white-tailed deer. I did not shoot this deer. In fact, one of my stepdad's friends did, but he didn't want to keep the antlers, so I did. And I got to see this deer, and I got to help take the antlers off. So that's why I don't take offense to it. And I have been hunting before. I have seen a deer get shot and killed, and that is a very strong belief in our family, is to thank the animal after we have killed it. So the same goes for coyotes. I hunt coyotes, and when I say I hunt coyotes, I hunt them same as taking pictures, and we hunt them on my territory. So we do have specially marked areas for us in our farm area that we don't call the coyotes in. We drive around and we see if we can see any of on our land, and I act as any other wolf would act. You try to chase them away, and we do chase them away every once in a while, but if they keep coming back, I as a wolf protect my territory and my family and my pack by killing these animals. And yes, after I do, it's part of my beliefs to thank the animal. But yeah, so if somebody does do that, as somebody's a Therian and they do that, don't like, you're allowed to have your own opinions, but don't go and rant about it in the comment section of their post or their YouTube channel or their YouTube video, for that matter. Like I said before, the person who had the red fox mount, I did say I didn't take offense to it, but I do have a little bit of offense to it, mainly because it's my stereotype, and there really is no reason to kill a fox besides furs and, well, farm reasons, infestation reasons. And yes, I know this is a real foxtail, and it did come from a caged fox that has been raised for this reason. And I thank it every time I have a tail that comes in the mail. I thank the animal for making a sacrifice because I wanted this item. That's part of being human. So if you do like buy mounts or you do hunt, make sure you thank it afterward. But anyway, that's my last real tale. Sorry for getting in a little bit of ranty thing. Don't go hating down in the comments saying, oh, I'm a cold-blooded killer for killing coyotes and deer, but that's just the way I've been raised, and just the way anybody's been raised. I may not have been raised like that as my stereotypes, but as a human, I've been raised by my human family to act that way and to be that way. So you can't blame somebody for having those wants and those things that we all need to do. Alright, sorry for that rant back there, but this is my last and final tale. It is very small, and it is a fake tail. I got this tail from a Ardeen store in my area, and I got it when I thought that I was actually an Arctic fox. One of my stereotypes was actually an Arctic fox. So now I kind of just use this as like a side kind of thing to wear at school or on my collar or something like that. But I do wear this in the winter as Vince, because yes, red foxes do turn white. They turn more of a white color in the winter time. I have seen them. I do live around them. So they do turn more white in the winter. So I do have this, but I'm planning to get a silver fox tail for both Shadow and Vince, because Shadow that's one of her traits, is she does get lighter in the winter, and Vince does as well because he's a fox. And please don't go asking me why I know that my wolf turns colors. It's just memories that I have. I truly believe that I can remember having a lighter fur color. I can remember all these things. There are some things that I do mistake for others, but that's a part of being human. We can't always remember things that have happened to us in the past, and sometimes it's so far back in the past it seems like it's a dream. So that's why I do make mistakes on that things, because sometimes I can't tell if it is a dream or if it is actually a memory, which happens to a lot of Therians, so please don't go hating me on that. So anyway, that's my last tale, so now let's start getting into the actual gear part. Alright, first things first is these paws. Yay! I learned about these paws when I was watching, I think his name is Pink Dolphin, or their name is Pink Dolphin. You should go check out their channel. I think they're really cool. I know I'm promoting other people's channels without their knowing, but that's okay. But they did a Therian Gear video quite some time ago, and they had these white paws like these, and they said they're really good because the fingers are sewn together and it feels more like a paw. And I do agree with that, very much so. These do feel more like paws, and the reason why I got the black ones is because we all know that Shadow has the white toes, so I wear my Converse shoes for the back paws and these paws for the front paws. So those are my paws, and I do recommend these paws. Pink Dolphin got them from AliExpress, I think, and I got these from Wish. They're very cheap, they're very comfortable, and they're very, very soft, so I really do recommend these paws. So, yeah. Okay, I do believe these are my last gear, because I lost my collar recently, but I have these bandanas, and that is for if I lose my collar or something, or want to wear a bandana. So, I got a red and a blue one. I don't know, I just felt like more of a country kind of dog or something like that if I wear these bandanas. Usually if I'm rogue, I don't usually wear a collar, but I feel more tame as Vince, so I think he might have actually been a pet fox instead of a wild one. So yeah, I wear these bandanas because I just feel really connected to them when I shifted as Vince, or I'll wear them just kind of go with the Therian look. I know that's not a lot of things people like encourage, but I mean, I'm a Therian. I strongly believe that I was an animal in a past life, and if you strongly believe that, then you are a Therian. There are things as fake Therians though, so you gotta be careful. If somebody is a fake Therian though, don't like toss them out right away, because they might actually be real, they just don't quite understand. But yeah, so that's all my gear. Really hope you guys enjoyed this really cringy first video, but yeah, see you all in the next one. Bye!